welcome to the Convention Center Action Center. I'm your host, Morgan Merrill, and I am here with Galt Liberty Ranch FFA. Thank you guys for being here.
Of course.
Thank you.
Can you guys introduce yourselves, what year you are, and what you're involved in the FFA?
Yeah, sure. I'm Ray Bradley. I'm a sophomore. I'm a committee chair for our Ag Advocacy Committee at my school. I also do Parley Pro, Ag Communications. I did impromptu this year. Yeah.
I'm Charlie Miller. I'm a freshman, and I'm the Green Hand president, and I'm also involved in Novice Parley Pro, and Miss Foster's actually my coach.
My name is Miss Foster, and I am a sixth-year teacher over at Liberty Ranch. I started there, and I'm still there, which is awesome. I teach the Biology and Sustainable Ag class, as well as Ag Leadership, so I'm able to have all of these guys in my classes. I'm also the coach for Job Interview, Parley Pro, and Ag Sales.
Perfect. You guys are super involved in the FFA. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today and talk with you a little about FFA and agriculture. But just to start off, what inspired you guys to be involved in the FFA, and what inspired you to be an agriculture teacher?
So I think it was Miss Foster who inspired me to join FFA. I remember my freshman year, she was giving a lesson on Parley Pro, and we were debating in class, and I thought it was just so cool. And I went up to her after class and I was like, hey, can I join this? What's going on with this? And she was just so excited to even have me interested. She was like, oh my God, yeah, come do this. And I thought that was the first time someone had been so excited to have me come participate in something. And I think sometimes all people need is someone to believe in them. So that was a really big thing for me. And I was like, okay, I need to go do this. And now I'm here.
Good.
Yeah, for me, I'd say I joined FFA with the intent to be a part of something bigger than myself while also getting involved in agriculture. But I'd say the biggest part was probably my dad. He's really, ever since he was in high school, he's had a really big background in agriculture, and he's always pushed me to be involved. And seeing the connections that he's made in high school that he still has today, I want to be a part of something like that.
I love that. I was also involved in FFA in high school. I was very lucky to have a school that had the chapter, and my parents were both from the same chapter. They both were involved in the livestock world, so I was like, this sounds pretty sweet. So I showed up Market Land my 8th grade year going into high school, and the teacher basically wrote me in and was like, you need to do livestock, sales, Parley Pro, and basically signed me up for all the teams. Obviously, it was a little overwhelming, but we made it work. And I was hooked immediately. Freshman year, I was like, this is where I want to be. And I was playing sports, and I was high school rodeoing, and I kind of just figured out this is what I want to do. This is what's going to get me the farthest in life. So I actually stopped doing sports, stopped rodeoing, and focused in on this because I knew that the skills that I was going to be able to take from FFA were going to propel me into whatever career I wanted to go down into. Then I was hooked for life, and I became an ag teacher because of that. So I really love all the things that they can get involved in, and seeing them grow from their freshman year to when they graduate is insane to watch. So I just love the feeling of having those students build their confidence over the 4 years and be able to go into the real world and use those skills when they leave.
Oh, I love hearing the stories behind why people are involved in FFA and agriculture, and thank you guys for sharing your passions with me, and I'm super excited to see what your guys' favorite memories are. What are your favorite memories that you have created so far in the FFA?
I think my favorite memory was we went to Minaret's Parley Pro competition my freshman year. It was my novice year, and before that, my team, I didn't feel super connected with them. I hadn't really felt like I was a part of something yet, and then we went and we were just laughing the entire day and goofing off, and I was like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be, I belong here. And I think that was the first time it clicked for me, I have a space here, this is a good spot for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback off of what you're saying because this is my first year in Parley Pro, and it was definitely the O'Neill's Minarets trip that got me hooked because before I really wasn't involved in FFA whatsoever, or I didn't have any friends coming into high school, and my team, they instantly made me feel like I was almost a part of the family, and it just felt great. So
Want me to answer that one as
yeah,
well?
absolutely.
Okay. I actually have a twin sister who was also in the program, and we did everything together. And I think the best moment that I can remember from when I was in high school was our senior year. I was also involved in the parliamentary procedure contest. We worked super, super hard all 4 years to try and get to that top spot or whatever. We were able to accomplish that our senior year, and she got outstanding chair 2, which for her She
Yeah.
hated polypro. She was such an introvert. She's like, I don't want. It was so scary, but she pushed through for the team and was the best chair 2 in the state. Seeing that, well, it makes me want to cry right now. It was super, super cool, and just being able to see her peak at that time and someone as introverted as she is do that was really special.
Yeah, definitely seeing these positions in FFA, you learn this, like public speaking is one of the biggest things in FFA because you are
Yes.
talking to people constantly, whether you're talking to one of the businesses here, organizations, meeting fellow FFA members in sessions. So it's one of the biggest things. And with that, that's one of the major skills that you do learn. But how has FFA impacted your leadership skills in the FFA?
I think like before I joined FFA, I was very like a closed off person. I didn't interact with many people outside of like my own friend group, my own like clique. So when I got to FFA, I was interacting with people like I would never have otherwise, like from like different like friend groups, and it just made me realize like we're all the same, like deep down, like, and I shouldn't judge people like based on like what I see on the outside, and that really helped me. I think like leadership is empathy, and like so I think. FFA really helps me like be more empathetic to other people and understand that we're all going through our own things and like we all like matter in some way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's really
Yeah,
good.
for me, I'd say FFA has definitely made me a more confident leader. Like before high school, it's obviously my first year. Before high school, I was like very shy. I probably spoke really quiet, and it was kind of embarrassing, but you know, I decided to like put myself out there, and when I became the Green Hand president, it made me realize that I had a role to play, and it really just put me out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me, I think that there's all different types of leaders, and there's leaders that delegate and they're in the front that we see all the time, and some of the best leaders are the ones that are behind the scenes doing all the work that most others don't want to do. And so it's been kind of cool as a teacher to now see all these different varieties of people in one spot with one goal in mind, working together with their different strengths and accomplishing that goal at the end of the day. So I think in terms of leadership skills, it's important to understand that there's all different types of leadership skills that all can come together and accomplish a goal at the end of the day.
Yes, FFA there's always such a wide variety of innovative thinkers that we are able to connect with one another and have a common goal. And FFA is such a strong organization throughout the nation, and we are all here for one purpose, to serve, and that is what we're doing. And so it's really cool to have like-minded people to share that with. With that, can you describe how you guys implement or advocate for agriculture in your school and in your community, and how you use those public speaking skills to branch out and advocate for agriculture?
So I'm the Ag Advocacy Chair, so it's funny you're asking me this question. But the main thing my committee does is we do PALS, Partners in Learning Support. I don't know if you guys did that too, but we go out to the elementary schools and we teach lessons about agriculture to like 1st through 6th graders, and it's really cool to see these little kids who don't know anything about ag or how it impacts ag or like how it impacts their life to like go into a classroom and they suddenly realize like ag is everywhere and ag is in everything that we do. And then like other than that, we've also done this wreath event where we have the entire community come in and learn how to make wreaths and how wreaths work. And I think like as a chapter, we're really trying to push outwards into our community to help people understand that ag is everywhere, ag affects everyone, and that's why it's so important.
Yeah, we definitely do a lot of outreach programs. Like, I was involved in this one annual event we do. It's called Fall Ag Day, and it's basically where everyone, like, there's 2 people to like a kind of booth, and we teach a lesson about the different sectors in the agriculture industry, and they get like a mini lesson. And for some of them, they actually get to do hands-on learning, and it was really great. It was really fun.
Yeah, to add on to what Ray mentioned earlier, we started a new event this year called the Community Wreath Event. And at that event, we were able to use the vines from our McCaffrey farm, which is our neighboring middle school. We share a farm with them, and we grow. We have an orchard on that farm. So all the vines that are left over that we don't use in the winter, we prune them and then created wreaths with the community. It was a free event. They can come and create their own wreath and then use it for Christmas. So it was a cool way to integrate agriculture and then also have them be able to take something home for the holidays.
That's really interesting that you guys reduced and recycled those different things and used it to benefit the community during such a celebration in Christmas. So I'm really glad that you guys had the opportunity to do that for the community. I have learned that in 2024, Galt Liberty FFA had 3 CDE teams placed in the top 2 nationally. In 2025, your agricultural communications team earned a silver ranking and your food science team placed 8th nationally.
Yeah.
Can you describe what this success means for you and how you guys continue this growth?
So my brother was actually on the food science team, and I remember like we were in the like banquet hall when they got announced, and he was just like so happy. I was like so proud of him, and I really love that we get to represent like our state in our chapter nationally, and like show that like we're really working towards this like big goal for our students, and everyone's working super hard. And like my brother, who like he doesn't like FFA. Like that's the only thing he's involved in is food science, and like to see him actually like get into it and like see what I see in FFA was really cool.
It changes minds of everyone that's involved because it's a community that no one feels until they're a part of it.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
What type of impact and success? What does this mean to you?
You know, I was not enrolled in Liberty at the time, but I'm going to say as much as I can on it. It really shows that we're trying to do the most we can to put our part in the ag industry. Especially food science. I know all our advisors, they're doing their parts, and it's really nice to see.
I was very fortunate to be there.
Yes, you were.
2 of the teams I was very fortunate to coach at that national convention. So it was absolutely insane. And then even the advanced pro team that was there were my novice kids a couple years back. So it was I'm getting chills thinking about it. They work so hard, and what you have to do to prepare for national finals is just it's insane.
Very
and so
expensive.
to watch them build those skills over time, and the ag sales team was our first time doing it for that year, and they ended up winning the state title and going to nationals. And beyond just placing where we placed, the camaraderie that those team members built and the skills that they can now use in their careers or in college is unmatched. You can't beat that. And so thinking back to that moment, I think I didn't realize it until the next morning, and even Miss Thompson, my coworker, can attest to it. We're in the hotel room, and I think I just sobbed for like 20 minutes straight, just because we work so hard in the moment, we don't really realize what we're doing, and then when that moment happens, it doesn't really hit you until later. So it was really, really cool to be able to experience.
That's beautiful to see those teams really come together, that camaraderie, and seeing everyone just go full throttle on competing at a national level, at a state level, and seeing you guys succeed is beautiful. And I'm so glad you guys got to share your stories with me today. Thank you all for being here, and I am very grateful that I got to hear some of your experiences.
Thank you for having us.
Enjoy
Thank you so much.
Of course. I hope you guys enjoy the conference, and thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for Convention Center Action Center. This is Morgan Merrill.